Our next guest on the pod is coming to us from the car who just got some wicked exciting news. She's going to share with us all in a moment. We're wicked excited. She is running for MGH in the 2025 Boston Marathon. And we have Meg Downey running or on the podcast right now. Meg, what's up?
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. If you hear my son laughing maniacally behind me, it's because he's overtired. We are leaving Boston, celebrating my sister-in-law, Liz. She just rang the bell. She completed her chemo at
Yeah.
We're so excited, and it's been a long road for her, and we're just so excited that we got to share that with her. And some of us are very excited and laughing our heads off right now.
That's so amazing. And I'm connecting the dots here. You were coming back from MGH, so that's who you're running for.
That's who I'm running for, yeah.
Yes. How did that all happen? How did you piece that together?
An interesting story. I think it is. I applied to run for Teddy's team and for MGH. And my mother-in-law passed away in 2023 from a stroke, and so Teddy's team meant a lot to me. So I applied to run for that. And then after I applied for that, my sister-in-law got diagnosed with cancer, and she started receiving treatment at MGH. So I was like, oh my God, like now I felt told to raise money for them. And I ended up getting accepted to both charities. I feel like that's like a not humble brag because I know how competitive it is to get into a charity. And I didn't know which one to choose because they both like meant a lot to me. And then the day that I got accepted to MGH, my dad called me and he shared with me that he got diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And he was going to be receiving treatment at MGH. So that was kind of like the tiebreaker for me, where I felt really pulled to raise money because it was just like all sides of my family were going to be impacted by MGH. So I'm super excited to be raising money for them, and they've just been absolutely amazing to both my sister-in-law and my dad. Just the best care on the planet. Like I feel so grateful that we live so close to them so that they can get that state-of-the-art treatment.
I am very sorry to hear that those diagnoses impacted your
Like
decision.
way down.
But I'm very excited for you that you get the opportunity to give back to the hospital that's helping your family members. So that's an incredible reason to raise money for them.
So
it's nice to have such a personal tie to it for sure. It makes it easy to raise money.
Absolutely.
So were you a runner before, or are you like, I'm going to take on this crazy task of running a marathon?
I've been a runner like on and off since high school. So I ran Boston in 2022, and that was such an amazing experience. That's the best marathon I've ever run. Like I got a good weather year, so I feel like that I have that to hang my hat on. So we'll see what it brings this year. But yeah, so I've been running. I started doing marathons in 2016, and I've done a few. It's a humbling distance, but I do enjoy running, and I'm a pretty regular runner.
So, Meg, question for you real quick. Are you part of She Runs This Town in New Hampshire? Because I feel like I see your name. I see your name everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I'm famous on that.
It's great to officially meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Erica. Yes.
Well, I'm glad the two of you have that connection. I'm not welcome into that club, but that's fine.
She Runs This Town has brought so many wonderful ladies into my life. So.
Yeah.
So wait, are you from New Hampshire?
Yeah. So we're entering Dover now. We're fine. I'm almost to my house. But yeah, so I live in Dover, New Hampshire.
All right, cool. We're in New Hampshire too. I don't know if you know that, so that's awesome.
Yes,
I'm in Nashua.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, Trashua, as I like to call it.
Trashua. Yeah.
I'm bringing it up there. I'm on the good side.
So how has training been going then? Because we all know what kind of winter we've been having here in New Hampshire. It's been very cold, lots of snow. How's training going?
Again, to compare it to 2022, 2022 was the most mild winter of my life, and then this has been the marathon training block where I'm like, I will never, ever run a spring marathon again. This is just absolutely miserable.
I feel it so hard. I feel it in my bones. I'm the same way, but I know I'll be like, oh, fine, I'll do it.
I know. My husband's like, oh, yeah, sure. But yeah, it's just been all of my long runs have coincided. I feel like I had an 18-miler on Saturday when it was like wicked windy, and it was just like I counted it as my strength training for the week too, because it was just like
Honestly,
running
yeah.
against because I don't actually do strength training, but it was just wildly windy, and then I fell on the ice in my last 18 miler because that it's just been a beautiful training block.
Ready
yeah,
for it to be over and just run the race again.
Yes, the runs themselves have actually been fine. It's just the weather that has not.
So we're saying you're running for MGH, and you gave us the connection with your sister-in-law and your dad now. What are some of the fundraising things you're doing? Are you doing some fun fundraising events coming up? What are some of the ones in the past you've done? Or what are some tips and tricks you've used before in the past for fundraising?
So we did football squares, which was really fun. And that's super easy to do for somebody that's like looking to do fundraising, where there's like $20 for the Super Bowl. The biggest fundraiser that I'm doing is we're doing a speakeasy at Three Chimneys Inn in Durham, New Hampshire. And that's coming up. That's going to be on Saturday, the 21st. I should know that date. And tickets are on sale. And you can wear Gatsby like attire, or, if that's not your vibe, you can just wear what you would wear to a wedding.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, so there's going to be a bunch of silent auction items, some raffles, some games and stuff. So I used to work at Three Chimneys Inn, years ago, and they're very generously donating the space, and lots of local businesses have donated items. So there's Red Sox tickets and lots of massages, Botox, anything and everything you could ever dream of wanting will be up for bid. So it should be a fun time.
Excellent. Oh, that is going to be a blast. I have a flapper dress. Maybe I can make it over.
Please come.
Dressed
It's
in
gonna
the
be great.
Speakeasy Gatsby theme.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, flappers and all that, mob boss, whatever you want to do.
Love it.
That does sound fun. I don't have any attire for that, but maybe I could figure something out.
You could still come.
Yeah. I'll figure something out. I'll just be in a t-shirt probably. Maybe.
Boring.
Yeah. Boring. Hey, so Meg, tell me the other thing I want to ask you now is running a marathon, you need a lot of fuel. You need, some snacky snacks. Maybe sometimes you even like to break open a nice Coca-Cola. What are some of the things your go-tos when you're running in a race that you would maybe need, say, around mile 19?
Okay. 19. That's usually when I don't want food anymore. And it's that's a mental game of trying to get stuff in. I've been eating a lot of my kids' snacks this training block. So I'll have
I do the same thing.
Yeah. And then I'm oh, maybe I'll do a fruit roll up. Oh, maybe I'll do these gummy bears. And I have really enjoyed the fruit leathers. Those have been really good. And the carb ratio isn't as good as, a Martin gel or anything, but they're way cheaper. And they settle in the belly right. Fruit roll-ups freeze in the winter time is what I've learned. You take a bite out of it and your saliva gets on it, and then it crystallizes. So that next bite is kind of crunchy, which isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it does give it a different texture and kind of makes the run go a little bit better.
Interesting.
Like a tortilla chip almost. But mile 19 is rough because I usually that's usually where I'm never eating anything ever again. Don't look at me. And
I feel like that's when you might need a swig of soda or something sugary to get you up the hill.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe a Bud Light, I don't know.
We can do that. Can we do that technically? Can we serve alcohol, Erica?
I drank one on the course once. Who's going to stop you?
Well, I say this, Meg, because we're going to be at mile 19, just about, awesome. Call it 19.2 on your left. So keep an eye out right before the hills, and we can bring you something if you want. You just
I'll have a beer for you if you want.
Yeah.
I'll give you a solo cup to chew on.
A Bud Light would be lovely, not too heavy, but the carbonation, I feel get the.
Perfect. I love this.
I'll hook you up. Yep.
Yeah, we'll have a cool. Do you want it cold or do you want it
hell yeah. So
you can't drink a warm Bud Light.
I know, but I want to make sure.
Some
people like Coca-Cola, but they like it to be room temperature and just a couple
That's different.
I know.
I don't get that, and they like it flat. The Ultra Run is a flat soda, and that. I can't do that. I want the bubbles.
Right.
I get a sparkling water at the end of a marathon, a nice, cold, refreshing, something that's going to make me burp and make me have the will to live again.
Well, what's exciting is that you want a Bud Light, and I think this is the first time we'll actually be handing someone. Well, we've handed people shots of Fireball.
I've had Fireball, but nobody actually drank it right there. So.
and nobody's asked for a beer. So we'll be there if you want.
Okay.
If you want, because my next question is this: what's your goal for Boston? Is this a victory lap, like a fun time, or are you going for a PR?
I'm going for a PR. I'm not like, training for the Olympics or anything. I'm hoping to break 4:30. I've had a lot of really good training cycles and then a lot of terrible race days. I did Chicago in 2023, and like again, the weather was absolutely perfect. But I was like, I had like a chest infection, and it was just like a rough race. And I was so close, even like with that, to like almost like, and so I would really like to stay healthy, and my kids make that impossible. So hopefully I won't get too sick. But yeah, so I'm hoping to break 4:30.
I think that's totally attainable. Yeah.
Yeah, and we won't hold you up for long, but we'll have that beer. If you want to
Okay, go.
shotgun it, you can shotgun it. If you want to enjoy every sip of it, or if you just want to take a couple, and then Erica will,
She can take it
chug
on the road
rest.
with her. Like, I don't
You
care.
could.
Yeah, little to-go cup.
Yeah. Oh, we could hook you up. We could get you a cup with like the cover so it doesn't spill.
Perfect. Yeah. Like
I have those.
Sippy cup full of beer.
Yeah.
How funny would that be?
Well, I have them from the
Beer.
Palace Theater
Yeah.
because the Palace Theater won't give you a drink without a top on it.
Can't be trusted.
Right.
You look at someone that might spill.
Yeah, it's definitely me. It's definitely me.
Love it.
I can't do a lot of things. I can't talk. I can't pronounce words. I can't eat without getting food all over me. Yep. You're right. Yep.
They're like, you're someone that needs a cover. We're gonna.
I don't trust this guy.
So real quick, we usually don't go in this direction, but tell us a little bit about your sister-in-law and your dad.
Yeah. So my sister-in-law, we've been like really, she's been like a sister to me since my husband and I got together in 2012. We're really close in age. So she's a couple years younger than me. So her getting cancer at 35 was really shocking because it's just, she's super healthy, no history of smoking. So she's a mom, she's a business owner, just loves life. She's one of the funniest people you've ever met, which is hard for me to say because like being funny is kind of my thing, but she's actually really funny too. And she was sick like from January of 2024 to like June of 2024. And just not getting better. And like, luckily she is who she is. And she just kept advocating for herself. And we were actually at Great Wolf Lodge having a lovely family vacation, all of us together. Her son is, my son's age, and our kids get along so lovely. And then she got the news that she had multiple tumors growing.
No.
Like I was just in denial about it. I'm like, I'm sure it's fine, which is like now looking back on that, like that's so crazy. Like to like hear like somebody has multiple growths and you're on their lymph nodes and you're like, I'm sure it's fine. It's just like it just didn't make sense. It didn't jive with her. So then, she got them biopsied and then she was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is super rare. It's like 3 in 100,000 people in America get that each year. So it's
wow.
But she's hilarious. So she says that it's Christmas cancer because it's the kind of cancer you'd want for Christmas because it's super treatable. So she's doing well. And like I said, she's done with chemo today and she's taken to chemo really well. Like everything looks great. Like all of her scans look clean. So we're so happy to hear that. And then my dad, my family, we're like Irish Catholic. So like we don't like talk about things, and so my parents called me one night and I thought my uncle had died because I'm like, why are they calling me at 7:00 at night?
No.
Must be something like serious. And they were like, my dad was like, I have prostate cancer. And in my brain, I was thinking it was like pancreatic cancer. And I like lost my mind and like just had a really big emotional reaction, which made my parents very uncomfortable, I think, because again, we're Irish Catholic, so we don't do that. But he's just been a champ, like going to all the treatment. He had 6 weeks of radiation that he had to go to daily. And my mom took him, like they own a business together in Salem, Massachusetts, and he didn't miss a day of work. He would work all day. And then he would I got him joggers for Christmas and he would get suited up into his joggers to go to radiation and just did that. And he just acted like nothing was going on.
A champ. Oh my God.
The man is 75 years old and you just like, you would never know he had cancer and just just went along with life. And it's, you know, when I think about that, like on those hard days of marathon training, I'm like, you know, I need to not feel so sorry for myself as do I have enough layers on? Am I going to be hot? Am I going to be cold? And I'm like, just get out the door, you know, like it's not so bad.
You have some pretty good reasons to get out the door. That's for sure.
You're crushing it. You are. You're crushing
Amazing.
it. You're gonna have a great. You're gonna do great in Boston. You're running for such a cool cause. I always say like fundraising is, to me, it's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to fundraise, and it's hard to fundraise for like a lot of people. Some people might just sign up and fundraise for whoever accepts them, and that's hard to raise money to me for a charity like that. But when you have a charity like MGH, who's trading your sister-in-law and your dad, and you got this story, it's so much easier, I feel like, and everyone loves to support you, and it seems like you're doing great. How close are you to your goal right now?
I'm about halfway there. I'm like just under $5,000. My goal is $10,000. I'm hoping at the fundraiser that we're going to raise like probably about $6,000 ish.
Boom. Nice.
So, like where ticket sales are and stuff, like that's kind of our estimate. So I'm hoping after the fundraiser, I'll be at my goal. But I would love to go over my goal, like just as much as I can give to MGH. I would love to be able to.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You're going to have a fun fundraiser. That event sounds fun.
Thank you. I'm really excited about it. It should be a good time.
Yeah, and I'm super excited. Like, what a cool past 20 minutes we just had, Erica. She's in the car. They just rang the bell.
It was a ride for everyone.
The whole connection issue in the driveway, getting in the house, like that was fun. That was legit. That was literally a ride. That was fun.
Yeah. You guys got to come home with me. It was nice.
Yeah, that was cool. And the kids in the background, we got to meet your husband's face, and you're all looking at the phone, and we're like, we can hear you. Meg, that was cool. Listen, I can't wait for people to cheer you on and call you Meg, not Margaret or anything else, and have a good time. Say hi to us at mile 19 while you go get that 4 hour.
You won't be able to miss
PR.
us. We're gonna be tracking you, and we'll be yelling your name through the megaphones.
Yeah, we'll be on your left. So left at mile 19. Yeah. Jump in Erica's DMs there and just tell her. Yeah,
we got you covered.
But Meg, that was awesome, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that. Meg is super cool. What a story. I love meeting all these awesome people. She's running for MGH. Find everything in the show notes. Help her succeed on that fundraising goal, guys. Meg, good luck. Have a lot of fun in the Boston Marathon.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. This was great.
Thank you.